Thank you, ma'am. My name is Kermit Alexander, and I am the proponent of the Death Penalty Saving and Reform Initiative. In 2012, when Californians defeated Prop 34, we did so with a promise that we would fix our death penalty by reducing costs, providing remedies for lengthy delays, ensuring immediate representation for the convicted, and most importantly, carrying out the process of justice for those who have violated California's laws to such an extent that they merit death. In August 31st, 1984, my mother, Ebora, just 59 years old, along with my beautiful sister, Deetra, age 24, and my two young nephews, just 8 and 14, were gunned down in the early hours at my mother's home in South Central Los Angeles by two armed gunmen, one lookout guy, and two female getaway drivers. My mother was just starting her day, still in her nightcoat and slippers, sipping her morning cup of coffee. She had just come in the front door after hosing off the front porch, forgetting to lock the screen behind her. My sister was still in bed, and my two young nephews were sleeping on the floor just a few feet away. Just minutes before the murders, the hit team argued about where to find $2, just enough to buy a gallon of gas for the van that would drive them to carry out the hit that would result in the assassination of the Alexander family and hopefully to provide for their getaway. Night after night, I walked the streets of LA looking for these killers, wanting to extract revenge. But because of my status in the community, in my professional career with the Los Angeles Rams, the law enforcement community, including Police Chief Daryl Gates and Mayor Tom Bradley, promised that if I would surrender my vigilante efforts, they would seek justice for our family, and the law guaranteed it. In 1984, fueled by an increase in crime and a demand for greater public safety, California was resuming the use of the death penalty, and that is the penalty the jurors in our case felt the main trigger man deserved when he accepted money for an assassination for hire. The unfortunate part of this story is that this hitman had gone to the wrong address and brutally murdered 4 innocent members of our society. His comments immediately following the shooting, "I just blew the bitch's head off." That was exactly what he did, leaving a trail of brain matter, shell casing, and blood embedded into the walls and window sill of her kitchen. Justice is not easy, and it is certainly not gentle. But justice denied is not justice. We, the people of California, have consecutively and systematically voted to reinstate and preserve the use of capital punishment, despite the efforts of those who refuse to carry out an execution. Recently, in a media interview, someone asked my sister Mary what it felt like for the Alexander family to consider when or if justice would ever be served. Her answer: "It feels like being in an airplane, circling around forever without a destination and no place to land." Justice is not easy, and it is certainly not gentle, but justice denied is not justice. On the day of the murders, if a bystander or the police had shot these killers as they were running out of my mother's house, we would have hailed them as heroes, given them awards. But 30-plus years later, somehow these killers have regained value. Yet there has been no apology from the killer and no justice from our government, who vowed to obey the laws and represent the democracy that we live in. And my mother, sister, and 2 little nephews still remain in their graves, and my family is still having to fight for justice. I thank you for allowing me to be here today to give you the wishes of my family, the understandings that we have historically that we believe in justice, and we're fighting to live our lives as best we can, hoping that it will prevail.
Thank you very much.